On my last trip to Global Ventures, I built a huge Greek amphitheatre before adding a restaurant and gift shop to the Odyssey of the Olympians section. This time around, I'm beginning the end of our Greek Odyssey by adding the park's first flat ride, as well as yet another gift shop in the form of a vineyard. Let's get building! Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to Global Ventures here on Planet Coaster 2. Welcome back to the Odyssey of the Olympian section, and welcome to some fairly big changes, I would say. First of all, Update 2 has landed in the game, and with that has brought the feature that I was talking about in either the last episode or the one before. I think it was the last episode, which is synchronized coasters. If I sit over here, look at that, they launch together. What that has done is highlight one key issue, but I think I can fix it. The issue being, here, the dueling is almost perfect. It's just a little off. Where it goes a bit wrong is over here, because Hades is now several seconds behind Zeus. That's kind of made up for here, when Zeus does its little, what would you call that? Banked curve drop thing. But even here, Zeus is still 3 seconds ahead, and that creates problems over here at the ending. So what can I do to fix that? Well, I have an idea. It's actually quite a simple idea, but I think it will work. Right now, I know that Zeus is a second ahead going into this corkscrew, and is 3 seconds ahead going into this heartline roll. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this off camera, test it and see if it works. I'm going to have Zeus launch 1 second after Hades. So instead of being held for... Actually, instead of holding Hades for 3 seconds, I'm going to hold Hades for 2 seconds. And I'm going to hold Zeus for 3 seconds instead of 4, which is what I was originally going to suggest. That does reduce the interactivity here a little bit, because I think Hades actually clears this before Zeus comes out. We'll find out again in just a second. I also wanted to see what the dispatch times were like. So that's just clearing the block in there. If this now moves forward, yeah, I think it's actually waiting for that block to clear. So I'm tempted to make the launch a block as well, just to get these trains moving a little bit quicker. That's going to help with throughput more than anything. It's not going to help with the dueling, because as you'll see, the queues for both are quite big. And the fact that we have this whole section of track here that basically has nothing on it. I like the fact that these two pass each other here, but also I've just completely missed the interactivity there now. But yeah, if you look here, Zeus goes over, and then a second later Hades goes underneath. So we'll fix it that way. And then the way we'll fix this side, because it'll only be 2 seconds ahead at that point, is we'll just slow down Zeus's train a little bit more on these brakes here. And I think that'll bring them into sync. I don't even think it'll have to be a huge amount. Just a small amount. As for this section here, where they were supposed to duel, you can't win them all. This is something that should have gone back to the planning stages. I should have watched these both testing as I was building both coasters. We'll just say that Mac had a bad day on this one. It happens, you know. Intamin seem to have a lot of bad days. No one seems to notice that for some reason, but it happens. What's the interactivity here like? Actually, having Zeus launch a little bit after Hades would help here, because Hades would be coming through this section here as Zeus passes over the top, which I think would actually be a really good idea as well. So I've said that out loud now, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to have Zeus launch 1 second after Hades, and then we're probably going to slow it down. What I'll do first is the launch, and then I'll see what happens over here, because it might actually bring it into sync at that point. We'll see. The other thing I have done off camera is this. This is Greek Antiquities. I've got no UI, that's why I can't see anything. Originally it had just a memento, was it Looney Balloons and Hats Fantastic. Now it's just a memento. And the info things here, of course, for selling priority passes. But it is just a memento. Can't speak. Just a memento shop. You think about it, in reality, theme park gift shops, they do tend to sell a myriad of things, but there are some that are just specialized. So you can imagine this is just a souvenir shop. It sells other stuff too, obviously. Key rings, pocket plush, more key rings. shirts. I mean, the shirts are cool. And hoodies, which are also cool. There will be other gift shops going into this area. Whoops. Into this area. You've heard me mention one in the intro already. That will make up for this. The other thing I've done is this planter, which I think looks really cool. And it just breaks up this plaza a lot more. So we've got sort of the mainish street here. Mainish street here. And then we've got these little side alley kind of things that link everything up. One thing I was mindful of while I was doing this was the fact that maintenance vehicles need to come out of Hades' maintenance shed there, and I think I've just left enough space that they can come down through this way and onto this main thoroughfare here, which is the other thing that I have done off camera. This is what I promised I would do completely off camera and bring you a finished product next episode, and that's what the plan was. This is what I was doing. I had some lovely music on, and I was going through and building all of these, and then I got to this. I needed something big at the end, and I wanted an archway of some kind. I thought, why not build something that looks like this? And I was like, well, what actually is this? And then I realised this appears to be some kind of vineyard looking building. And I actually did some research on Greek vineyards to see what the architectural style is, and it turns out it's actually relatively similar to this. So I'm quite happy about that. I am tempted to sort of push this bit back here, because there is a pathway that's meant to come around here that goes into the City of the Future section, and then this section curves around and heads up the hill here to the Legend of the Frontier, which is actually over in that direction, but it'll come around this way and then in that way. I've dug out this huge area. You'll see why in just a second. One other thing I was considering doing was custom supporting this, which now I've said it out loud, it is the worst idea I've ever had, but I'll give it a go. Mainly this bit with the big V-shaped support structure that Atlantica Super Splash. What's it called? The one at Europa Park. Atlantica Super Splash, I think it is. It has the nice design, and I think that one of the Journey to Atlantis rides, I think is it San Diego's SeaWorld, has one of these Max Super Splash type coasters as well. And then from that, I'm going to build a big structure here, maybe two structures with a gap in the middle. On this side, it's going to look like an ancient Greek temple or structure of some kind. And on this side, they're going to be two skyscrapers with a... I think I said this before. I think I'm just treading on old ground here. They're going to be a cyberpunk type theme for the Japanese section. I'm also planning on putting some plazas in here and things like that. But yeah, Greek Vineyard, that's what we're going at here. So down here, we've got this first building, which actually has some grapevines on it already. All of these buildings have grapevines on it, actually, to sell the theme. In here, though, hidden, is a little staff path, which comes around this way and climbs up the back of these facades. These are just facades right now. And then it goes into the back of the vineyard building here, and it's just stairs on this side, and then this side is a ramp. That brings people out onto this section here, which then climbs up and around. And now we've got two power generators, one here and one here. And we've got a power distributor, which is going to be very important in just a moment as well. This has all now been built up and themed, which I think looks quite good. From the coaster here, you don't really see much. The only thing I'm still stuck with is how to actually integrate evacuation steps into this. So I think right now I'm just going to leave that and see what some other people come up with, and maybe borrow an idea or two. But as I was building this pathway up here, because at this point I'd built this building and I thought this will be a gift shop of some sort, but I wasn't sure what. And I had the staff path here and the staff path here, and then as it came up here, I realised I've got this huge hill to play with, which as you can see has now been landscaped. Now originally I said this was going to be more of the ruined section of the Olympian area. So you've got the ruined temple here, which is going to stay. You can just say this bit's been abandoned. But originally this was going to be sort of like ruins and you know, damage and things like that to represent the jewel that's going on. But then I thought, if this is a vineyard, where are the vines? So these are now going to be grapevines all along here. And then all along this one and all along this one. They are all connected to this pathway here. And we've even got them on this side. And to be honest, if I can get this working, this is a big flat area because a flat ride's going to be going in here, as I promised before. And that's what the power distributor's here for as well. It's to power the flat ride. The exit to the flat ride is actually going to go in here and into the gift shop, which already has the pathway laid out. I'm tempted to build an entrance over here as well, or at least over in this section, and remove this planter. We'll see about that. And then from here, the path is actually going to curve up and around the flat ride. And then the queue will be probably this side, and that will give views of Hades over here. And I'm going to try and get some more vineyard sections in, particularly around this area here as well. And there will be an observation platform up here where you can look down into this. What this is going to be, it's probably just going to remain like this, to be honest. It's just going to be an infield with some overgrown stuff. And then we'll do some landscaping over here as well to make it make a bit more sense. So that's basically the plan for this whole area now. And then I think that will tick off the Odyssey of the Olympian section. There's nothing else that needs adding after that. We'll have 2 gift shops. We'll have a restaurant. There might be something else over here, like a quick service thing. The flat ride will go here. We'll do some more decorating over here, of course. We need to still add the rocks over here, which is something I was in the middle of planning out when I decided to build the street here first. We're also going to build like a little promenade section along here. I've got some ideas for how that will look. And again, to be honest, if I custom support the ride here, this path can actually curve around here a little bit more, and then that'll buy us some more space. The promenade being right here where the lift hill is, it wasn't the best idea I've ever had either, but it is what it is. Oh, hello. They still haven't fixed that number. That's a really bad reputation. But people like my park, so I don't know. We're making lots of money. That's the main thing. Anyway, priorities, Mark. I might as well show you these buildings. As I said, these are all empty facades. There's nothing useful going on in them whatsoever. And to be honest, there probably won't be anything useful going on in these whatsoever. There is a temptation to add like ice cream stuff or something like that along here, but I don't know. So we got this one then. This is just a pair of houses. They've both got lights outside. This one has a nice balcony. This one has a smaller balcony. We'll then pass over to this one, which looks kind of like a face the more I look at it, but you kind of have to squint to see it. Again, pretty simple. Door at the front, balconies. This one also has a balcony. There is a very subtle kink between these two. You can see the line, but otherwise it's pretty well hidden, I'd like to think. This one has no balcony, neither does this one. And then this one is actually storage access for the vineyard, but it's integrated into the housing line here. This is all one building, these 3 houses here. This is its own building, this is its own building, and then these 2 are their own building. And then, of course, we've got the vineyard over here, which is also its own building. That's basically it for this. So, I want to try and build the flat ride on camera, which I know is always a very, very risky game when I say that out loud. The main thing is, I want something that spins to go in this area. A forge? See, that's quite big. That's the problem right now, is these are quite big. These rides, which can cause problems. Can I turn this to get it into a... Yeah, it doesn't want to go in there. That's the other problem. Frenzy Frill. Again, it's quite big. That's too old school. This is the new one that was added in the update, Pathos 2, which has a Greek-sounding name, actually, saying that out loud. So that could potentially go here. Possibly. If I was able to move that up a little bit further into... Actually, if I could just get it level with that, that would probably work. What I was thinking was to get the queue line to also come into this arch and out again, but that probably won't work, actually, because the exit path needs to head straight on there. So either it goes in and out and then comes in this side, which could work. What will this look like? I don't want to place it and then find out I don't like it, but I'm curious. Let's place it and find out I don't like it afterwards. So entrance, I think exit can fit there. If I move this over just slightly, wow, it takes you into the queue building thing is straight away. Yeah, if I move this over just a smidge more. There we go. That lines up now. And then the pathway here can come up and around it. And then the entrance can be somewhere over here. Okay, let's test this and see what it looks like. So I'm thinking it's going to end up swinging just above this building here, which actually isn't the worst thing in the world. So far, so good. Let me just speed up time a little bit. Yes, it's when it goes up like that. I don't mind that, you know. You can see it, because then from over here, you can see it popping up above the... oh, it spins that way as well. You can see it popping up, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Maybe we'll go with this then? I didn't actually look at what the other options were. We've got a strike, which is a traditional twister type thing by the looks of it. We got this. That's a bit too small for my liking. Teacups, no. The cube was a tempting one. I was going to call it Pandora's box. But that doesn't really fit in with this now, because this is a vineyard. Ah, but Pandora's box would have been a really good name for a ride. That could come over here. Waterside view. Possibly. Down by the amphitheatre. Maybe. Then a whirlpool, and then a wild blue, which is the aeroplane one. Which I really wanted to build somewhere, but I don't think it fits in with any of my themes. Maybe the Australian section can have it. I don't know. Big wheels, no. Towers, no. Although, this one would have been a good one. We could have called it Grape Presser or something. This is the one where it drops into the water. It creates the big splash. But I wanted something that spins. Just to add some kineticism to this. This could have been a good one too, actually. The 360 power. Because that inverts, I believe. But I think this one is fine. Just need to think of a name for it now. Because right now it is nameless. But now that it's in, we can start theming it. Because again, I want this to sell the role as being part of the Greek section of the park here. So if I do something like this, I think we can get the exit linked up straight away. If I use the stamp builder there, and then this can just come in like that. It's not quite perfect, but it will do for this. I'm actually tempted to use the different, is it the flagstone type? But we'll see about that. What colour are grapes? They're like green and purple, aren't they? So that purple kind of works. It's the blue that I don't like. Sea green, would that work? Yes. What colour's this? I'll go with like Liberty. That's a nice purple. And then maybe the rest of it can just be generic, like white and... Can I change... Oh, I can change the pattern. That's cool. Didn't know you could do this. Is that mythological? That looks kind of mythological, doesn't it? Well, that one looks more like winey. Which I think is the one we might have already had. This one, something that looks like water. Which is, I guess... that kind of looks like olives, actually, which could work. And then this one... I don't think they all need a pattern. Yeah, I don't think they all need a pattern. What have I changed? This is the carriage, which are these things. Now if I change the frame. So the frame here, if we have that be purple. That be green. Yeah, and then this one be green. And that one be purple. Yeah. What does this look like? Oh, that's that one. I think if we have that be purple and green as well. Okay. I don't know if the purple fits. I think it is more of a like a that colour for a red wine. Let's have a look at that. I think this works a little bit better. Yeah, it's not terrible. And then we'll make that green with purple on it. Okay. But I've actually got a whole sequence here as well. That's cool. What can I do here? Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff. Top spin. So mid-spin, mid-spin reverse, mid-spin flip, mid-spin flip reverse. Do we have any flips? Yeah, we have a top spin. So I guess the flip is this. So I'm actually tempted. So do mid-spin, then do mid-spin flip, then do top spin flip, and then top spin flip reverse. And then maybe one more mid-spin, but maybe mid-spin reverse. Just to wind it down at the end. Okay. Let's see how this looks. I wish it would show you which sequence it was actually on. That's a very tight clearance there. God, that's insane. Right, we're on mid-spin flip now by the looks of it. And then just when you think it couldn't get any crazier, we could probably remove the top spin one actually. Because yeah, it will lock the seats again, won't it? And then it will climb up. So if we just remove that one. Okay. So that one as well. I'm going to keep messing around here. Flip reverse. Mid-spin, flip reverse. Okay. So now it goes up into the spin there. Then the seats unlock. Yep. And then from there it climbs up. Oh, it looks like it actually locks the seat still regardless. But that's fine. We've still removed an extra step. And now it'll unlock the seats again. There they go. Yep, there they go. And now it's spinning. God, this ride's mental. And now it goes in reverse when you think it's all over. It isn't yet. And then again. Okay, it's reversed again. Now it comes down. Actually, yeah, we'll remove that one. Okay, I like this. We could probably put some music on it and create a trigger sequence and stuff in the future as well. Do I want to change this? Remove this pattern? I think I do. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. It looks like wine of some description. Maybe I need the colours the other way around. I think it's fine. Maybe the green is the wrong colour. Maybe it needs to be more of a... like that. Kind of looks better. That one doesn't. I'll leave the deep green on that one. That one didn't save. Why did that one not save? Okay. Maybe we'll do it like that. Alrighty. Now on to the next bit, which is, as I said, theming. Whoops. There we go. We don't actually need the entrance on this side. We could put the entrance over here still and have guests, because the actual gondola sits here. Which made me wonder if this whole thing needs to be turned round. I don't know though. I like it being close to the building. And it helps it be visible from over there. It's just it's a long walk for people to get off. And a long walk for people to get on. Why are you still spinning? Yeah, you're supposed to just come down at the end. I think I'm going to rotate this. No, I want to select the path. The hitbox on this is incredible. There we go. Right, select you. Advanced move. Flick that on. Flick that on. We're going to spin it round like this, and then we're going to move it. Like so. So the entrance now is going to go over here. The exit now is going to go here still, lining up with that. And to be honest, yeah, the entrance I think can be... I mean, the entrance actually could go this side. And it can just come down and around like this. Maybe I'll do that. pop the entrance like here. Right in front of the gondola. That works. We'll link this up again. So now I've got to fix all this, which shouldn't take too much trouble. This will get themed. It'll be like a rocky outcrop of something. You might have seen what I did on the other side, over where Hades' maintenance shed is. I've built like a wall that goes all the way around and kind of holds up the queue line now for Hades. If I show you that quickly. This, which does still need theming as well. I'm going to put some vines on it. I might even put ivy vines on it. And I might even put some grapevines on the top, but over on this bit. We'll see about that. But yeah, I'm starting to like this area a little bit more now. I was really, really panicking when I started this because I had no idea what I was going to do when I was building all this off camera. I was just placing down random houses based on inspiration images that I've got. And then I got to this end bit, and as soon as I started putting down this, originally it was going to be a market, and I was like, actually that's starting to look a bit more like a vineyard type building. I also had to keep reminding myself that we're building a Greek themed section, not an Italian themed section, because that was an easy trap to fall into. So I'm just fixing my chair. I've got a leak in the pneumatic system of my chair, so every video I sink down like 6 inches during recording. If it sounds like I'm getting lower, if you're wearing headphones, that's why. it's not ideal. Right, Q. What I think I'm going to do then, because I do want the queue to come into this area here and sort of wrap around and have some gardens and things like that. And actually that works well because then the queue sits directly underneath the ride as it's operating. Can you turn these lights off? I don't want the lights on it. It's not a fairground. Yeah, I don't think you can. Although they're these, right? Maybe? I'm turning the wrong things black here. 1 second. Is it this one? No, that's that. Although, what if I made these, like, blue? Nah, doesn't work. That one? Yeah, but then that also does the chassis here as well. I don't want it to look like a fairground ride, but I don't think I've got much of a choice. Alright, stop whining, Mark. Get on with things. So yeah, this height, probably here, is where I want the path to rise up to. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So if I just sort of flatten this out. Let's do 100% for this. There we go. This will come around, and then this could be a nice little observation area as well for Hades. Like so. To be honest, I could even build the start of the queue here in front of that, because it's under the vineyard as well then, which works nicely. I can put an extra set of vines along here and have that connect up somehow. That actually works very nicely. I was also tempted, and I don't know what people think about this. I'll put it to you guys in the comments. Do you think a vineyard this size would be able to provide enough grapes for a theme park? Because I wanted to have the lore of the park. You know, like Epcot, the Living with the Land ride. The greenhouse there provides the majority of the fruit and veg for Walt Disney World. I was wondering, would it be possible to have this be able to provide the grapes for all the wine in the park? Let's see if what people say about that one. I think it's possible, you know. I think it might actually be doable, but we'll see what the majority of people think. Right, what do I want to do here? I want this to come around like this. Up like this. And then obviously the queue will sit underneath it here. And then this bit here will be all flat, and then it'll kind of curve around like this. So this path here, I think needs it to come... I think I need it to come out this way and then start climbing up. How feasible is that? 8. So say it comes like this, and then up and around to... Where's the next? Yeah, there. How possible is that? I think that is quite possible. And then this will then come around this way, and it will form a complete loop with this side. I like the look of that. I think that could work quite well. Whether or not we've got enough space now to build the proper queue and things remains to be seen. But I think as a starting point, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Oh, game. Hello. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Right, everything's gone a bit skew-if here now. Can I get rid of this? Please? Thank you. Right. I think that's my queue. If I smooth all this out a little bit more. So I don't need to lift it as such. I just need to, like, bring this bit over to this bit and then smooth it all out. I think that's my cue to put a little break in here. Go away and have a little think about this. Rebuild this path probably 7 or 8 times, because already I'm starting to think it's not quite where I want it to be. The other problem, I suppose, was to have a path from here. So it kind of forms like a V shape. So maybe if I just very quickly... angle snap. Yeah, there we go. If I just quickly draw where that could go, which would be there. I mean, actually having that as a 90-degree isn't the worst idea. To bring it up and around. He says, realizing that it's not the best idea either. I think there. Like that. But even then, that path is probably too wide. So there might be some work doing there as well. But we'll see. I'm going to go away then have a little think. And then when we come back, this should all hopefully, at the very least, this ride should be ready to open. Back in a mo. Alrighty, couple of hours later, and I have some progress to update you on. First of all, over here at Jewel for Olympia, you'll notice in just a second, it's a little bit closer. I was hoping that would actually be even closer still. I think a weighted train changes the dynamics compared to an empty train. But essentially, this area over here, Zeus now flies over Hades. And this area over here on the corkscrew, Zeus flies over Hades. And then on the Heartline roll, which is down here, actually we might as well just sit and watch this one as well. Hopefully in a second, Zeus will fly over Hades again, although this one is the worst of all the timings, I would say. It's a very slow roll. It's close enough, I would say. On a certain day, specific day when the weather's wet or something like that, these trains will duel, which is perfect because that's the name of the ride. You may have also noticed along here, I've added this entire wall in place. This looks pretty cool. I've gone with the step one this time rather than the incline like I did over here, purely for my sanity more than anything. Excuse me, trying to get this to line up was an absolute pain in the backside, and then I went and moved some path nodes and made it an even bigger pain in the backside. So I've gone and simplified it a little bit and just used the step method. Wow, excuse me, frog in throat. I have also done this. This ride is now fully themed and ready to open. I had no problems with my voice until I hit record and then it starts. It just seems to be, you know, the record button is linked to many things on my PC, as it turns out. What have I done here then? Well, it's a vineyard, so we've put in some vines. The entire queue is lined with grapevines, which I think looks pretty cool. We've also got this nice deep purple path here, which I think works really well. The vines come through the railing there. There were meant to be some down this side as well, but I couldn't really get them to fit. So I might go do some terraforming and see if I can get another line in. I also really like these pergolas with the walkway underneath it. That looks really cool. Also, it means you can stand right here and watch the ride in motion before you get on it. I would say, I think one gondola load would probably take you up to about here. So it'd be the second to one load would get to stand and watch it cycle. And then they'd be here waiting to get on it when it cycles again. We've also got some cypress trees along here because why not? I've also put a retaining wall in here just to make this look a little bit more planned, I should say. With some vines on it and things like that. We've still got the exit going out into the gift shop here. You're not supposed to be here. You're a Soul of the Amazon guy. Why are you over here? Let's put you back where you belong, shall we? I feel like you're definitely not in the right place now. So we're just going to reset that. There. So yeah, it's going to have you as moving. I think that's fine. Hopefully. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with work zones. They are definitely something that needs working. Also, I finally found one. The update changed text on signs. Apparently some of the signs were upside down. I hadn't noticed myself. But there we go. Fixed that. I think that's the only one that does that. I've looked around some of the others and I couldn't see any. What about over here? Nope, you're fine. I don't think... Oh, yeah, guest services, but that's normal text. That's fine. Foods of the World is fine. I think the gondola over here is fine. Yeah, so... Don't know. How weird. And yeah, the other thing is I've covered these hills here in grapevines as well. So now... you can see where the walkways are. There's gravel tracks. And I've tried to make it so that if people are picking grapes, they can't fall down. So all of these are dead ends. This one up here, and this one up here. They are quite high at this point. I think this drop on Hades, the Beyond Vertical drop, is 100 foot tall. So quite a climb, this section here. And this viewing area here, I was tempted to put that, I can't remember what it's called, the big square flat ride. This one, the cube. I was tempted to put this up here and call it Pandora's Box, because I wanted to have a ride called Pandora's Box, but it just doesn't really fit. I could make the viewing area a lot bigger, but it still wouldn't really fit. So we're going to forget that. And just have it as a viewing area, put some picnic benches or something up there, and have it look down onto the big jewel, the epic jewel that's going on. We also have grapevines on this side, again with dead ends. The theory being that people should be able to come up here and actually pick grapes whilst these rides are running. That's the theory. These wooden trestles in here, they act as fences as well to stop staff members from actually going in and, you know, fouling the ride track. That being said, though, I still think this will only happen whilst the rides are paused. And I'm not saying, you know, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, oh, we have to stop Zeus because someone wants to pick a grape. Not quite like that. Just like during off-season, early morning, that sort of thing, they'll come out and pick grapes, and then the rides will open with the park, basically. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I do think these will be enough to provide grapes for the park, to be honest. I've thought about it a lot, and I think it will actually be doable. So we'll add that to the lore of the park. The other thing I want to do is very quickly introduce you to this flat ride. It is called... If anyone here is Greek, I apologise. I'm going to take a punt and say that's pronounced Romeiko, or Romeiko, or Romeiko. I have no idea. It's a type of grape that is native to... I have it up on Google here. It's an indigenous grape found on many Cycladic islands and Crete, predominantly in the region of Chania, and in particular Kissamos, where it thrives, according to Google. Thank you, Google. It's a red grape, so I thought, why not name this ride after that? Because of that, the vineyard is also the Romeiko Vineyard. I like that. I think it's very nice and very quaint. And I absolutely love this building now. From every angle, it pretty much looks awesome. The only thing I don't like is that staff path that sticks through there. Might be able to do something about that in just a moment. The only other thing that's missing from all of this then is the gift shop and lighting. Lighting is very important, and I haven't done any lighting on this building whatsoever. But the gift shop is the main important bit. Now, I was tempted to put the gift shop in this little enclave thing here, but I think I'm actually going to put it over here. The reason being, this and this would be how you access the storage rooms for the gift shop. I'm also going to put a staff room in this offshoot building here. Again, reason being is it just allows staff from the gift shops here and the flat ride here and any other things that come up over here to go and take their break. So it's not going to be a massive one. To be honest, I could probably just add that one in now, nice and quick. Get that sorted. As you can see, this is just a big empty shell right now. So no reason to not use it for something practical. This down to market, which is this one, I believe. Yep, stone market. So the first thing I want is an archway across the wall here, which I guess would go there. Is that the right height? It's actually very difficult to judge. I think that was the right height, and I've just gone and whiffed it. There. And then from here we want that's definitely not the right height. That's the right height, I believe. Or that. Might be that, actually. It's hard to tell. Maybe I had it right the first time. Maybe it is just that. Well, that's the height it's going to be now. So, here's hoping. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to do the same again here. And then we're going to do the same again. I need to put it on the inside, which it's not going to let me do. Which is interesting. There we go. There, and there. Well, the good news is that all joins together, so that's a good start. And then if I grab this piece here and this piece here, we should hopefully, yep, like that. And like that. I might even, so I just want a small staff room here, like I said. So I might even create custom. Let's get a medium one. How easy would this be to place here? That to me looks quite simple. Let's put the path in first, because again that's always going to be a stumbling block. So that there, that there. Is that a roof piece? Did I accidentally put a roof piece there? Yes, I did. Was it supposed to be there? No, it was not. Okie dokie. So the staff room is going to go in this section here. So if I grab this wall and this wall, spin them round, and place them... Switch the light on for this. Place them there. That's all in place. Good stuff. We will also... oops. Grab this and this. And copy those over to here. And I've just had one other idea, which I think is a good one. So bear with me quickly, just while I do this. So I'm going to remove that tile there. And you are going to be a normal path, because this is going to become a toilet. Which I think is a very good idea indeed. So we want an arch here. Like that. And then I guess an arch here. Like that. Is that the right height? Nope, that one's too low. There's always one. There. Okie dokie. And now, facilities, Staff building. So this one, if I can see, needs to be this way around. There we go. You are going to go in... Where's it gone? There. I can't get it exactly where I want it. There. There we go. So you're going to go... I guess that height. That seems to be correct. And then we'll grab this and toilet. And you are going to go there. At that height. That seems to all be okay. The only other thing we need is the wall piece with the door in it. Which is that one. Which goes there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I could in theory do this over this door as well. But I don't think it looks as good. No, it doesn't. So I think we're just going to leave it like this. I will put a floor piece there. Probably not over this. Yeah, then I'm just going to leave it like that. These are actually a little too high still by the looks of it. But I'm okay with that. So we're going to call you... I need to remember how to spell it. Romeiko. Toilets. And then you are... staff room. Now we do still have a problem with power here. So I think one more thing I'm going to do here is put another power generator in here. Like that. And I need to get the roof piece in, which is... I mean, I might as well just do both. I think there's the ring that goes around the outside of this building is at that height, so I don't think you'll be able to see anything you're not supposed to. Power generator, which is that one. That height? Nope, too steep. That height. There we go. That's that in. I don't think you can see that at all from the outside, which is perfect. And then next to it, or maybe... yeah, that bit's open. Just putting everything everywhere right now. I'm going to put another power distributor in here. But first, I'm going to pop these down. What height does this need to be? In fact, let's undo that. Let's do it like this. Always do it like that. It just helps. Yeah. Good. And then the power distributor is going to go in this gap here. So I need to put the path in first. Which I can do like so. Nope, I can't, because that's going to do that. Like this, and like that. There we go. Is that going to connect? Oh, that's going to connect out there, though, isn't it? Which is a bit annoying. I don't want it to do that. In fact, this is already going to connect through, isn't it? No, it's not. Good. How can I hide this, then? So I want to put the power distributor around this corner. I don't want to put it in view here, because technically this is already in view. What I'm going to do is move, or put another one of these here. To hide that. I could just put it straight ahead, or I could even just put it around the corner and pretend there's a pathway here. Because these don't have to be connected, the distributors. They can go anywhere. So I might just do that. Like so. And then we'll connect this up to the rest of the network. So let's grab it from this to there. This also to there. And then I guess this one over to there. That's everything powered now. I guess I'm fine with that. It's not ideal, but it works. Can I lower the terrain here as well quickly? Flatten to foundation. No, that's not going to cut it. So we're going to just push it down. There we go. Yeah, it should be private enough. The other alternative is I just put a fake door on this so that staff can still walk through it, but peeps can't. It's fine though. It works. Right, are you open? Yep, you're open and available. It's got the right staff zone, which is fantastic. You're connected. Yep, you've got power being used. I think the Global Express, yeah, now has enough power again, which is awesome. And then the final thing here is this. There you go. First flat ride open. The first thing I'm going to do here is fire you, because we want our own staff member, our own ride operator, who should be on their way shortly. We'll find out. Scenery rating's good, 100%. No queue yet because they haven't come over. I did look at changing the color scheme again and also adding custom pieces to it. I'm going to leave it for now, but I'm really not a fan of these lights. If there's ever a way that Frontier take these lights off, I'll be very happy, because that ruins the aesthetic for me. One other thing I haven't checked either is what this looks like at night when it's lit up. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it does light up the area at least, so there's that. Okie dokie. Right, so the next thing on this list of many things to do to finish off the Odyssey area is we're going to add some picnic benches and stuff up here. I am going to add maybe some vending machines or something. I want to put a building here just to hide this mountain a little bit more. So I might have some vending machines in there and maybe a couple of stalls on this side, or just sat in the middle, and try and use the little trailer looking scenery items to just make it look a little bit nicer. One more check here. Does this duel properly, or is this still going to be crap? Actually, that's a lot closer. Oh, okay, the back two and the front two, I think, do meet there, which is awesome. I also changed the launch into a block break, which I think is now functioning by the looks of things, although these haven't launched yet. So, that's interesting. Maybe there's a breakdown or ride op change or something, I don't know. How are we doing here? Have you got staff member yet? Yes. You. And you are of the right person. You are the right staff zone. So I think that's all covered. Sorry, yes, I distracted myself. Put some stuff here. Decorate this with rocks to make it look a little bit nicer. Maybe custom support this. I haven't decided yet. But I definitely want to add some planters along here. Copy this wall design all the way along this section here. Maybe even as far around as over here. Put another planter in there. Put a planter in here. And definitely do something with planting up here as well. Awesome. One more thing, just quickly before I put a cut in here. I was looking at my map. My digital map, which features in the park preview, link to which is in the description. I think Bandito now is going to sit in this gap here. Which means that the City of the Future area is actually going to be more this way now. So this isn't going to need to be a skyscraper anymore. This needs to be something else. Maybe just hidden by trees or something. And we'll have the path come more this way up and around. But yeah, if Bandito sits here, then this... No, not sorry, that one. This can be the plaza that heads out towards Legend of the Frontier. So this will have to be covered with trees or something, which is very doable. And it will be a steep slope up to the Frontier section. This then will become the main path that comes round, so I need to thicken this out again, but that shouldn't take too long. The path system in this game is it's finicky and it's fiddly, but once you've cracked it, it is so good and so useful. Because I literally built the path here first, then put the fence in miles away from where the path was, and then moved the nodes in, and it actually worked quite well. I only had to change a couple of things here and there. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so Bandito's going to sit sort of in this area here, and there'll be a line of trees and stuff that will hide it from view from this section of the park. Then we'll have Manic Miner will be up in this corner here, and then there will still be room behind it for other things. And then the City of the Future area will be more over this way. So the whole area can really sort of curve round slightly, a little bit more, which does leave room for expansion in the future behind it. And it also stops that weird blocky squareness that the digital map has. There's a lot more of a curve to it and a more of a natural evolution looking thing. One more thing about the map as well. It was my birthday last month and my partner got me my hand-drawn map that the digital one is made from. She got it framed for me, which is really cool. So that's going to be up on my office wall at some point in the not too distant future. But yeah, I'm going to go away and do all the rest of the stuff that I said I was going to do, if I remember to do it. And I'll see you again in just a moment. So, after what seems like an eternity, I think we are finally ready to say that the Odyssey of the Olympian section of the park is basically complete. I'm very happy about all this. There are some little bits still where I'm like, should do that. Like, for example, this bridge still isn't done. And also this little walkway here. I'm debating whether to use building here or rocks. I have no idea. I think this is being used though by staff, so that's useful. Unfortunately, the amphitheatre isn't that popular. I think one of the problems is lack of access. Like, actually getting into this place is quite tricky because you've got to walk all the way down here and then all the way back. But it should get used at some point, I'm sure. Let's do a quick recap then of what I've done between parts. So the first thing I did was over here. At the vineyard, I just tidied it up a little bit more, made a couple of little tweaks and changes, and then I, from this plaza here, built this wall that goes all the way up and around the outside of Jewel for Olympia, and the roller coasters there fly past at just the right time. And if you can see over in that direction, they do actually now Jewel, and you can watch that from this, which is a nice little cafe on this observation platform. So this is called Muses Retreat. The Muses were from Greek mythology, and it's hidden away, so retreat. I think it works. I'm tempted to remove these bits here, because as you can see, guests are whacking their shins on them. There we go. That's nicer. We've hired some more staff to fill all of these as well, so we've got some new vendors here. I really like these little benches under the pergolas here. That looks really cool. And then we got canopies on this side, and then these canopies here, which also look cool. We have some planters here too. So we've got this one in the middle, which is a nice blue colour with some trees and shrubs and things in. And then we've got this sort of more natural planter here. And this is kind of the boundary line on the edge of the Olympian section. So having these trees here, they are still Mediterranean trees, but they're a lot more natural looking. There's no fence around them or anything like that. The only other part here is this bit with a statue that's sort of just observing across in that direction. I did have to amend Mount Olympus slightly. I had to move some rocks out of the way, and I also laid some new rocks around here and put some trees in. This is very unfinished, by the way. This will get topped off at some other point. But I like this a lot. I think this looks really, really cool. It's a nice little touch. If you walk up and around this way, you don't expect to find something at the top here, but there it is. And in terms of the stalls here, we've got a latte love, which I need to turn the speakers off for because that ruins the ambiance. And we have a slush hour, which again, turn that off. We will eventually put speakers in. Custom audio is now in the game, as is custom video for PC players, which I am one of. So we will eventually get all that sorted. It's just not on the priority list right now. Where's the coaster? Why coaster not working? Oh, because the operator's gone on break. That's fine. Something else I did was this, which is Poseidon's Plunge. I have custom supported the entire ride, and boy, do I regret doing that. Seemed like a really good idea at the time, and then it very quickly became not such a good idea. There's bits that are missing still. These bits, for example, I've put these cross ties in, and on the drop. For some reason, I haven't done it on these. So when I remember and have time, I will go and do those. I've also added this. Just a little bit of theming here to the airtime hill. This side is open. It doesn't matter. You're not going to see it much anyway. It's this side that's important because this is where the path comes around. So you see it drops in now, goes up under that arch, and then splashes down. Don't think I need to add much theming here, to be honest. This kind of does the trick for me. I'm waiting for the boat to drop. There it goes. So I can show you the new splash zone that exists as well. There it is. If you stand there, in reality, you will get wet. Obviously, in the game, it's not really programmed to do that. I need to move some of these nodes out a little bit as well, just to make that look a little bit tidier. Here, I wanted this to come all the way over here, but it actually connects to this, which I didn't want it to do. So I've just left this bit open. I might even square this off a little bit more and put some kind of statue here as well. This is very much a boardwalk type thing now. Somewhere around this area will be the path that branches off to head over to the islands. Possibly like bang on this corner. It's very much changing the dynamic of this park right now. Every time I add something, it changes the overall map. But I think overall, this is a much better, improved version of what was already a pretty decent concept, if I do say so myself. I've also added these trees in here and painted the ground here as well, just to make it look a little more Mediterranean, I guess. And then I also need to put the marquee here with the big sign, priority queue, standby queue, and all that good stuff. The other thing I did was inside the gift shop here. I've put some lights in. It doesn't light it up massively, but it kind of improves it a little bit. And I've also put in 2 loony balloons, which is going to be the gift shop here. And that, again, just gives people a reason to actually walk in here. As you can see, it's being used, which is very nice. I need to go on the workshop. Oh my god, where am I? I need to go on the workshop and find some gift shop pieces and just put them in around here. I'm also really tempted to go and completely rebuild Main Street, but that is such a big task. There's nothing wrong with these buildings. I think they look fine. I think this one is still my favourite. This one's not too bad, but it's a bit dark. This one by far is my least favourite. Actually, this one's not too bad. The one I really am not keen on is... Actually, no, that one looks better. Now I've seen it like that. No, it is the top one. Guest services. Not a huge fan of that one. So, I might go do some changes there. And I also want to rebuild Foods of the World. Now that they've put the glass pieces in, I want to go and redo this. Maybe try and put things on the ground floor more. The tricky thing is the fact that there are so many stalls to try and fit in. It's a bit of a task, but see what I can do. Anyway, that just about does it for this episode, and that does it for the Odyssey of the Olympians section, for now at least. Future updates may see us come back here and do some more things. This looks really cool from above. I'm a huge fan of all of this. I really love this area still. And with Poseidon at the end there and the amphitheatre and all that stuff, I think it's coming together really nicely. And every now and then I just zoom out and look at the whole park and think, my god, this is huge. And yes, it is huge. There are other things that need doing. A planter needs putting here, for example. This pathway here needs finishing because it hasn't got a fence or anything around it. This side here as well. But these are all things that I've left deliberately for when other areas of the park come in, because there may be big changes. I've also added this plaza here, which is very rough and ready right now, but eventually this will be the location of where the old jailhouse ride will sit. The actual building will occupy this space here. There'll be a line of trees here to hide it from view. And then the facade will be sort of here. The railway will go through it and out the other side and across the path here. And then the queue will sort of meander around this way and then go into the building. Obviously there'll be stuff here to hide things as well. I think I mentioned this in the last part, but I'll mention it again. Bandito is going to sit sort of in this area here. The town square is going to be here, and then Manic Miner will wrap around it like this, with the wagon wheel and the mine shaft ride, if that does get built, occupying those spaces. I'm debating whether to skip the Frontier section for now and go straight into City of the Future. But I think, having watched Geekism's Planet Coaster 1 theme in Planet Coaster 2 video, I think I know how to build these facades now. So it's a case of just going away and prepping and things like that. There is also the matter of the schedule for this series. So far it's been sort of every week or every other week. I can't promise that there will be a video next week or even the week after. It very much depends on how long it takes to get things done. Now, I will be constantly working on this series in the background, doing little bits here and there, but I feel like this has taken a lot out of me, trying to get all of this done. Now, there may be a possibility that I have a sudden bout of inspiration, jump in and immediately start working and get loads done. That's very much a possibility. That's kind of what happened here, actually. I wasn't sure how to go about all this, and then suddenly, boom, it started working and we got stuff done. So kind of leave it with me is what I'm going to say. There's no guarantee that there'll be an episode on a specific date or at a specific time or anything like that. What I will say is you'll know it when you get an episode, because I'll do a preview before it goes live. The other thing I wanted to talk about very quickly is the water park that's supposed to go in here, Ultimate Splashdown. There are still plans for that. That's not cancelled or anything, and I said there'll be 2 series running simultaneously. Again, it's just about inspiration. It's trying to find a way to extend this hotel out and across and have another little entrance plaza here and then going in and all this stuff. I think there's enough with the water park stuff now that we can actually get started with it. It's just me not knowing how to build a water park, basically. So I'm going to go away and have a think about that as well. There's no guaranteed start date for when that will happen. I was going to alternate Global Ventures and Ultimate Splashdown, one after the other. But that's very easy to say. It's very difficult to actually accomplish. So again, you'll know it when you're going to get an episode, but there's no guarantee as to when all that's going to actually start happening. This hotel needs a lot of reworking done to it as well. This bit here, I think I want to extend it downwards, move all this stuff further down as well. It's the fact that this side here, you're looking out at a dark ride building. If, and it's a big if, this is used as like conference facilities and stuff, that's not as bad. But it's still not the nicest. Maybe the pool will be over here or something. I don't know. The fact that there's a water park right next door makes me want to build the pool on this side, but we'll see. Need to go away and have some thinking time and come up with some plans and all that good stuff. But that's not for you to worry about, unless you have any ideas, of course, in which case drop them in the comments down below. For now, though, I'm going to wrap up this episode. Thank you very much for joining me on my Greek Odyssey. I think next time we will be taking in the legend of the American frontier. So until then, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course, if you're enjoying the series so far, drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. It's greatly appreciated. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Don't forget to check out my Patreon and YouTube memberships. Link to both are in the description if you want to help support the channel and continue its growth. Besides all that, thank you again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and until next time, I will see you soon.